You know, CDL, I was out mowing the other day, then my mower just shut off with a poof of smoke from the left side of the engine. I don't know what it is. That's strange. Did you take a look to see what the cause of that was? Yeah, I took the engine cover off and mice had made a nest under there. Chewed up two of the wires. I see a plug melted under the carburetor, but I don't know what that part is. Ah, that's your fuel solenoid. It's an electromagnetic switch that actually turns your fuel on and off when you turn the key to start the mower. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if those are expensive to replace. For most carburetors, you could go on Amazon and get that solenoid from anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks. However, since you and I have the same mower and I ran into the same issue not too long ago, unfortunately that same solenoid is 115 bucks. It costs almost as much as the carburetor, and I tried looking at 3 different places, including eBay. Dag nabbit! Don't worry about it. I know a cheaper and easy way to do it. It's the old school way of doing this. Let's go out and do it on your mower now. Alright everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be working on my Pony 42K troybilt mower. This has the Kohler 5400 series engine in it. It's a 17 horse 541cc engine. Yeah, recently we had a little issue with mice nesting their way in here. They had actually chewed up these 2 wires that go to the fuel solenoid, and I was out mowing and it melted the harness that actually plugs into the solenoid. This solenoid is actually at the bottom of your carburetor. It controls the fuel flow when you turn the key on and off. It's just 2 wires going to a magnet basically. Unfortunately, they wanted a freaking $115 for this stupid thing when like I said, they can get them for 10 to 20 bucks off of Amazon. I tried buying 2 or 3 different ones and they didn't work. So what my plan is, basically just being a fuel shutoff. I bought a couple 1/4 inch fuel shutoff valves. It was $6.99, man. It was cheaper than the solenoid. And to replace the actual solenoid, I got a bolt to put in there. We're gonna have to cut this down to fit. So basically it's gonna be like an old school carb with just a drain at the bottom of it. And of course, since I'm old and I forget and I'm tired most of the time, I'm gonna make sure I put a couple of these on there too. Plus, if I ever sell this mower, it'll be good because if you don't have a fuel shut off, it's just gonna keep dumping fuel in there. All right, first thing I'm gonna do, I've already drained the fuel out of the tank anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this line in half. Then I'm gonna go ahead and mount the shut off right here. Alright folks, basically what I did, I just cut this line here. I made sure there's an arrow on the back of the valve. You turn on and off. There's an arrow point that way. You want your fuel going toward the carburetor. Just make sure you put it on that way. This one is actually a 1/4 inch shut-off valve. Put it somewhere where it's easy to get to and it's not going to interfere with any of the linkage or anything else, or even when you're doing an oil change. Honestly, I think this is going to be nice too when I go to drain the oil, gas out of it at the end of the year. And of course I do oil change at the end of the season before I put it away for winter time. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this bolt because we got to cut this bolt down. See, this is how the switch actually works. When you hit the switch, turn the key on, the magnet actually pulls down, and that's how it allows fuel flow to the carburetor when you turn the key off. But you can see where it melted the harness, so there's no place to plug into it anymore. Kind of a stupid little thing, really. This shouldn't be $115, especially like I said, when there's ones that are like less than 20 bucks. Christ, I can get a whole carburetor. I just couldn't find another carburetor that was an exact match for this. But basically we'll measure the distance of this and we'll try to get as close as possible on the replacement bolt. I do believe it was 5/16. It's definitely a fine thread. It's not coarse. So I'm going to mark it as close as I can. I have a couple washers for some basically error. If I don't get it exactly right, I can adjust with the washers, but we're just making a drain plug bolt basically. All right folks, I didn't do too bad on that. Make sure you clean up any loose burrs or everything after you cut it with your grinder. I actually cut it close enough to where I can use the original washer that was in there underneath the solenoid. I'm gonna hang on to that solenoid though, just for future reference. For some reason this doesn't work, or if somebody else buys the mower, they want to replace it, they can get the proper size. Until then, we're going with this technique. Let's go ahead and put the carburetor back on, get everything hooked up, and see how she works. All right, before I finish closing everything up, I put the top on and everything. This is where the mice were getting in, folks. Do yourself a favor if you haven't run into this issue yet. I should have done it because I do it to my camper. Fill the hole in with some steel wool. The mice can't chew through that. They don't like it. And it's not in the way of anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put the air cleaner cover on. I'm going to put a little bit of gas in there. Not too much. I want to check for leaks before I go too far and try to start it up. But other than that, we're almost done. I didn't see any leaks anywhere. Seems like it's running okay. $6.99 plus whatever bolts you have that'll fit in there. Like I said, I think it was a 5/16 fine. Preferably stainless steel, which I couldn't find, but hopefully this video helps you out and saves you some money. It's not the correct way to do it, but it's a good way to do it and save yourself money. Bye for now.